I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to Smack It Raw.
Following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RawFlix and Chill, your Monday night edition of the Smackin It Raw podcast. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the warden, Matt Ritter, and I am here with my lovely co-host. She is host of the She League Showcase, Inside the Mind of In the Crowd, getting off the current, reigning, defending Trick or Trivia champion, Miss Katie Kinsey, baby.
Hello.
And our friend Steve. No, he is the Pornhub Poppy, the Deadbeat Poppy, Daddy Delgado, the Sultan of Spitter Swallow, Vicente Alejandro Delgado Estrada.
What's going on?
Thank the Lord Katie's back. Ouch.
What is that supposed to mean? Allison?
No, we all miss Katie too.
Look, we love Katie, and we miss Katie every single time she's not in our lives. But the Chicago Meatpacking District held it down.
And then Young Kings Wrestling, which brings, I think, Allison to her point that it was a fucking sausage fest for the last two episodes.
I popped in.
You did pop in drunk for half a second.
I always do. It's tradition. If I'm not there and I'm drinking at my friend's house, and if I can, I pop in real quick and I say hi, and then I leave.
See, I was told not to do that, so I didn't do that. But I was going to do that, but then I was told not to, so I didn't.
He knew in advance I was going to do it. So.
No. I told you not to show up because I couldn't have you, Reek, and TC on the show because it was already an hour and 15 minutes. And if you popped in even for like a second, it would have led to another 15 minutes on the show because you can't just pop in, say hi, and leave.
No, I agree. Me and Rick probably would have been going back and forth about something, or some sort of conspiracy theory that TC had would be fed by me. So, yeah, I agree. The decision to bench me on Saturday was probably the best one.
Those are the only kind of decisions I make are the best kind. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we like Katie more than you. She can pop in whatever she likes. You can pop in whatever you like. Not whenever, whatever. Wink, wink.
That's very hurtful. Very hurtful, but okay. Okay.
If you guys want to go check out that episode I did with Young Kings Wrestling, or maybe, the Chicago Meatpacking District 2 with me, Jess, and Vince, or any of the stuff we've done, the best place to do that is youtube.com/creationworld, where it is free to like, to subscribe, to comment. Katie, what does that do?
Boost the algorithm, helps find new listeners.
And why is that important?
Because you're a whore.
I am a whore, ladies and gentlemen, for your likes, for your comments, for your views, for your subscriptions, and mostly for your attention. This is why we do what we do every week, 3 times a week, sometimes 4, sometimes 5, and sometimes 6 times a week. I mean, I think I only had one day off. Since Wednesday, I've had one day off. So, and I'm not going to have another day off until Wednesday.
Sounds fun.
But I do it for you, the people, with your penises and your vaginas and all your parts and however you identify, whether it is boy, girl, they, them, whatever it is. Everyone is invited to this party. Everyone is accepted. Everyone is included, and everyone should like me. That's my goal. All of you. If you don't like me, I don't know what to tell you. I'm amazing. And show me that by liking, subscribing, and commenting. Also, flick that bean for me. Get notified every time we go live, whether it is 6:30 p.m. Central, 7:30 Eastern for the Creation Conversation on Thursdays, 15 minutes after Monday Night Raw, which roughly tends to be about 9:45 p.m. Central, 10:45 p.m. Eastern, 9:15 p.m. Central Time, 10:15 p.m. Eastern for NXXXT, and then 10:15 p.m. Central Time, 10:15 or 11:15 p.m. Eastern Time for Smackin It Down with Smackin It Raw on Fridays after Smackdown. This Friday, you get a double dose of me and Katie, and if Vince shows up, Vince will be there, but just for one dose. So you'll get Smacking It Down with us, and then 15 minutes after that's over, then you'll get Getting Off with me and Katie.
Yeah.
Because Katie would rather watch the Super Bowl than hang out with me on a Sunday.
If I'm putting money on it, I have to watch it.
Listen, the Super Bowl is where you got to go, man, if you want Katie.
You guys can also check us out at twitch.tv/Creation World, where if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you have Prime Gaming, you take those, you stick them together, you get a free subscription, then you give it to me or any of your favorite Twitch streamers. It could be Katie, it could be Rivet City Radio, Will and Allison over there doing their thing, and they're monogamous to Twitch, so that's the only place you can support them. So if you love Will and Allison and everything Rivet City Radio, show them your support. If you love sexy bald men that, Vince tries to find on that, like his co-host, so he can touch himself to them like Vince does, then, me. If, you're like, wow, maybe a girl, the girl, the one, the only, the she-leet. Give your sub to somebody. It's costing nothing. Please support your content creator so we can continue to do this. And I feel like, you guys care. Hi, Reek. Creepers.
It's true.
Katie, do you have any news or rumors for us?
Yes, I do. Two things. Nothing too crazy here. We found out that Duke Hudson was released in January. It's now the 3rd day of February, and we just found this out. Duke Hudson was released, so we are not getting Chase Eubank at this point in any capacity. More likely.
I thought they were good. No, not happy. But
there was a chance. There was a time. Could have happened.
We have ended Chase U like 3 times now. If they came back, I would have been pissed off.
It's okay. Could have been fun. But now it won't happen, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Because Duke Hudson was the MVP.
He was the MVP, man. I'm going to miss Duke Hudson. He didn't do much for most people, but he did a lot for me, so I'll miss him. Hopefully he winds up in TNA or something. I think that'd be fun.
He might end up in ROH like formerly known as Elias is.
Mm-hmm.
He's
well,
no, but I just saw it earlier and I might as well. He's with the Righteous now, so Vincent and that other guy.
Really interesting.
He fits that group. That makes sense.
Exactly. He changed his name to Elijah.
Elijah, okay.
It all works.
Close enough. Yeah,
it's all there. The pieces are coming together.
The symmetry's there. I see it.
I want him to be like in The Witcher, the bard for the Righteous.
Okay.
So, like, they go out and they do things and he just sings songs about them.
He's just strumming out there, just hanging out.
Strumming along.
What do you mean, when the fuck did we get a ticker? We've had a ticker.
Yeah,
that's just the other one. Thank you, Will.
What's funny is that you guys had a ticker on Saturday and he was on the show. How did he not notice?
Sometimes you don't really pay attention to the bottom. I get it.
You always gotta pay attention to your bottom. It's rule number 1. You gotta pay attention.
Okay. Hey, 40 minutes. Katie, what is your other piece of news and rumors?
We're gonna
can't spend the whole show.
Minutes. It's fine.
We can't spend the whole show talking about tickers.
WWE Evolve is gonna be on Tubi. It seems like it's gonna be like the new Level Up, because it's gonna be like the NILs and the WWIDs and all of that fun things.
Is this the show that they were plugging during the Royal Rumble where like Bully Ray was like, oh no, that was something else. That's
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. WWE Let's fucking go.
Legends something. I don't know.
Yeah. Future Greats.
Yeah.
So they're gonna
is that
have
actually what it means?
I think so. Legends of Future Greats is what I think it is.
Mine's
they're gonna have that. And then they're going to have Evolve, which I feel like has to be kind of sort of the same deal.
Well, Let's Fucking Go is more of like a reality show kind of thing. Evolve is like Evolve. It's like wrestling. It's a wrestling show.
Yeah, it's like what they wanted 2.0 to be before everybody started.
Like old Evolve that they bought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you see Ren Sinclair on the other NXT talents on there besides some unknown names as well. So
Yeah.
Reek says, I don't watch myself, Vicente. I'm like, oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
I watch myself constantly.
Sounds about right.
Myself is my favorite thing to watch. Is that all, Katie?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into the show. So, Jey Uso. Let's talk about Jey Uso. Royal Rumble winner. I didn't expect it. Katie was hoping that, if it wasn't the person she wanted, that Jey was number 2, and that person's obviously to go John Cena. There was a long list of people in front of me. Not as long of a list as the time it took for him to actually say something on the fucking mic tonight.
Yeah. I mean,
He's
the emotions run high,
But, I mean, how did you guys feel about it?
I like that. We got real raw emotions. Ha, we got that. And that's what the people wanted. He's over as fuck with the crowd. People were bitching and complaining on the internet, shocker, that he won, even though it's 100% deserved and earned. And he was just like, you know what? I'm just here to express my gratitude and say thank you to the people. And I love that.
I'm with Katie. I'm going to swallow the segment. Yes, he took him a while to get anything out there, but he's the Royal Rumble winner. He was soaking in the moment. The fans were the ones that told him, "Hey, one more time." The fans wanted an encore, so he started eating some more before he got on the mic. He got very much emotional. You can tell it meant a lot to him. And then Gunther came out, did his regular thing. I've been very negative Gunther versus Jey Uso since he won the Rumble because I don't really want to see it again because we saw it twice or 3 times already. However, their promo kind of turned me around a little bit, so I'm a little bit more of a hey.
You are so easy.
Hey,
I was listening to Get You, and I was listening to you being like, I don't know, I'm not about this, but maybe there's been a few things where all it took was one segment.
Yeah.
For you to be like, I don't want to ever see this, to be like, you know what? Actually, maybe. You are so easy. So
listen, if you want confirmation on that, just ask Melissa. She'll tell you.
Well,
she'll tell you.
So Gunther came out and he interrupted to tell Jey that Jey was basically a waste of a Rumble win because he has no value to Gunther. CM Punk, John Cena, Roman Reigns, those would add to his legacy. Those are the nuts that he's trying to get, right? Jey Uso, he's had that nut. This is not a new nut for him. He's not trying. No, he's not about it. And he should probably go choose Cody because if he doesn't choose Cody and he picks Gunther, Gunther's going to make his life a living hell and he's going to beat him down violently every week until WrestleMania and just ruin his entire life. And that's 3 months from now. That's a long time for a man the size of Gunther to just pound your ass repeatedly week after week after week.
Unless you're into that. We don't
ask Ginny.
Wow.
It's a lot.
True, and she's tiny.
She's so tiny. Not as, yeah.
So
it's a swallow.
Relax.
Jesus fuck, man.
It's a swallow. I do like the up in the airness that we have because I feel like we all went into this we know who everyone's going to pick, and they're at least going to play with us for a little bit.
I still stand by. I know who's picking.
Everything I say is wild, Reek. That's why we're here.
True.
Just to go back to a little bit, it's just the simple fact that this is what we got presented. What am I gonna do? Bitch and moan that Jey won? No, I'm happy for Jey. I don't really want to see him versus Gunther, but if that's where it's going, it looks like it's where it's going. As long as you serve me something good, I'll eat it. I don't know, nothing you can really do.
Speaking of getting served something good, I don't feel like we were. So we've been blessed with Penta in matches against Chad Gable and Pete Dunne. And then we got Penta versus Ludwig, and I was not feeling this match at all. I don't feel like they had chemistry. I don't feel like it was going well. I didn't like that Pete Dunne came back, out at the end of the match, and they're like, what's next for Penta? And then Pete Dunne's like, he didn't really say anything. He just stood there and grumpy like he always does. Yeah. And then Ludwig attacked him from behind. because like we've been spoiled with like banger fucking matches, and this was not a banger in my opinion. So this was a spit for me. What about you, Katie? You had your hand up.
Yeah, so I didn't actually watch the match because I was busy doing other things. So I didn't get the chance. I did see the post-match beatdown, but I could hear everything that was happening. I was like, oh, okay. Sounds like it would be a good match. Clearly it was not. So I don't know.
It wasn't a bad match. It was just
but it wasn't
what we
Chad Gable, Pete Dunne.
You can't give me like delicious steaks and fully loaded baked potatoes 2 weeks in a row and then show up with McDonald's and expect like, yeah, I'm gonna eat the McDonald's.
Like McDonald's,
all right, but
yeah,
like
it'll still be good, but compared to what I've been given the last 2 weeks, it just doesn't measure up.
Yeah, no, that's fucked up. Don't cook me delicious meals and then be like, oh yeah, I decided to order Domino's. Fuck off.
I'm gonna gargle it just for the simple fact that it wasn't terrible, like you said. It was still a very serviceable match, not up to par to what we've seen. But I'm also just gargling because I don't know what they're gonna do with Penta now. Like it looks like he's got unfinished business with Pete Dunne. Ludwig Kaiser and Pete Dunne might be a thing now. I don't know if I like that. His
business is finished. His business is finished. He won. He won clean.
I mean, he showed up. No, I mean, it should be finished, but doesn't mean Pete Dunne isn't going to be a butch about it. So and show up anyways. So yeah. Cargo.
Speaking of being a butch about it, more like being a bitch about it. The continued ruination of Finn Balor. He returned at the Royal Rumble just to come back and complain. My child JD with his giant head that my wife pushed out and almost died has a punctured lung and fractured ribs, and it's all your fault, Dom, because you made him be your tag team partner, and you're not doing anything for the Judgment Day. And Liv's like, shut the fuck up. He got us a tag team title match. He got you your Elimination Chamber qualifier. He goes, oh, he did? Yeah, he did. He's doing more for the Judgment Day than fucking anybody, especially Carlito, who I didn't even realize was in the room until the very end when he showed up.
Oh my God.
So, like,
the part when after they list all the things that Dom got everybody, he goes up to it and was like, so what you get me? I'm like, I got you that apple. That shit killed me. I was fucking dead. Carlito's got good comedic timing, but he hasn't done nothing.
That's all he's good for.
That's all he's good for. That's all I want. That's all I need.
He doesn't do anything.
So yeah, no, continually spitting Finn Balor because I have not enjoyed Finn Balor in a long time. And now he's being mean to Dom, and not that I'm pro Dom, but I am not anti Dom.
Gotcha. Katie?
I mean, obviously Finn's gonna come back pissed that his child is hurt. So yeah, I mean, I get it makes sense, but the continuation of Judgment Day bullshit is annoying, especially the blonde she-devil herself.
Yeah. No, she's not the worst. The worst thing is Raquel. Spanish Rachel's the worst thing ever. But I'm gonna still swallow it just because it was probably the most interesting segment that they've had in a couple weeks. So I'm gonna swallow it tentatively.
Hey, Katie.
Afraid I've got some bad news.
So I was hoping for Alexa Bliss on Monday Night Raw. I read things, and I know I'm not supposed to read things. Sheets don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're never right. I don't even know who I read from, but I read somewhere that Alexa Bliss was going to be on Raw. Maybe not tonight, but on the roster. We had a lot of announcements about roster moves. Shout out to AJ Styles, who's officially on the Raw roster. We'll circle back to that in a little bit. But Charlotte Flair, who was humble for all of about half a fucking second, as per usual, before she was back on her bullshit. And Rhea was so tired of hearing it, like the rest of us, that she came out and interrupted. And then things got a little weird for me because Charlotte's like, I've already beaten you and you've beaten me and this isn't new and I want inspiration. Like, this is my return. So I'm going to go on tour. I'm going to go down to NXT and I'm going to go talk to Julia and see if she inspires me. And then I'm going to go over to Smackdown and see if Tiffany makes me want to flick my bean. And, you know, I need to figure this out. And Rhea's like, I am begging you to pick me so I can beat the respect into you that you don't have for me, but you should, because I'm Rhea fucking Ripley. And she's like calling Rhea a child and shit.
Which is disrespectful. Rhea's my age, by the way, in case anyone was wondering. 28. years old. What's happening down there?
I have no idea what's happening down there.
He's having technological issues.
Well, please talk. I can hear you, Vince. Oh, no.
He can't hear us.
Oh. Well, go ahead, Katie.
I don't know why the person who should still be defrosting decides to go on an entire fucking tour. Bitch, just pick Tiffany and let that be that. We already know that's where it's gonna go. And I have to see this woman win a fucking title live, and I'm mad in advance.
And you're gonna have to talk about her on Tuesday and again on Thursday.
Which is bullshit. Like, just go to SmackDown. I would say go where your man is, but
oh yeah, because we didn't talk about the fact that she is newly divorced.
As of apparently like October.
As per TMZ.
As per TMZ, which they said, here's some news for y'all for fun, since her ass just came back.
We've been holding on to this because she wasn't around. It wasn't worth talking about, but now that she's back.
They said, she disappeared. Here, information. Which, I mean, that's also none of our business, which is why I didn't. That's not
That's
nice.
not nice.
Listen, big Charlotte hater over here. I would never. Charlotte wins. LOLs. That with the Z is fucked up. Listen, no, I've said it before. I respect everything that Charlotte has done in the ring. Also, I mean, same, but you don't see me.
Is she unlucky in love, or is there a reason? These are the things we don't know. I'm not saying there is. I'm not saying there isn't. But I am saying sometimes there's causation with correlation.
I'm gonna write that down. Hold on. Give me a second. But while I do, just first of all, can we talk about Rhea Ripley though? Snack, beautiful.
Well, see, now probably cheated. We can't go that far.
Well, probably. I hear nothing about that.
Rick is 0-5. Charlotte's 0-3. I mean, she's been trying to reach her daddy's record. So
Jesus fuck, man.
Wild. But no, I don't want her anywhere near Rhea Ripley, and that's that.
Yeah.
You should put that down.
Well, she wasn't near Rhea Ripley, but Io did bump into Rhea backstage and was like, I might be challenging you at WrestleMania. And Liv said, fuck no, you're not. And slammed into her. And then Rhea's like, what the fuck, Liv? And then Spanish Rachel out of nowhere came and knocked into Rhea, and they jumped them backstage. So Io had to go into that match hurt, which she then lost, but not because she was hurt, not because Liv was better, but because Rhea fucked up.
In Rhea's defense, if a bitch is grabbing your hair, you swing.
Should she have been out there?
Come on.
I mean,
she was getting A, revenge, and B, helping Io. Because Raquel's big ass got on the apron fucking 8 times and the ref didn't kick her out. Because what officiating are you all doing? It was probably Eddie Orango, because it's always Eddie Orango. Like,
Orangutan?
I'm annoyed. It's bullshit. I gotta deal with Liv's bitch ass in the Rumble.
In the chamber, you mean?
That's what I meant.
It's okay.
I'm annoyed. Listen, I just watched the Rumble last night. It's still fresh.
Charlotte, Rhea, and our first Elimination Chamber qualifier, Vince. Spit or swallow? Any thoughts?
I'm a spit it. As much as I like Liv, I don't really want her in the chamber for the simple reason that it opens the possibility of her still choosing Rhea and that being run back, and I don't want that. That's the last thing I wanted to see. And then Io also losing, that gets a spit for me, and she should be in there because that's the match I want to see Rhea face off at WrestleMania. It's Io versus Rhea. I know you have. This is my own personal.
Yeah, I don't know, but to be fair, I think we can all agree that if there's one match for whatever reason Liv tends to show out in, it is the Elimination Chamber match. Liv has had some very good showings in the Elimination Chamber. So, I'm not mad at Liv getting in. I'm kind of mad at the matchups because I feel like there are multiple people that are facing each other that I want to see in the match together. So,
like next week, you see Lyra Valkyria versus Bayley, which that gets a spit for me because
preemptive spit, not even
preemptive spit. Just letting you guys know about.
I don't listen. Lyra's the IC Women's Champion. She needs to be defending that belt starting
Exactly.
with going.
That's why it's a spit for me. That's why it's a spit.
Well,
shouldn't even be in the
I have an awesome
qualifier.
theory as what's going to happen in the match, but I won't say it out loud because they're listening. So when it happens next week, I'll be like, "This is." I'll say it on Thursday. For my show.
You know who else? You know? Well, go ahead, Vince.
I was gonna say unless they do like a last chance match or whatever to get Io in that chamber, I'm gonna be super pissed that she's not in it.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, John Cena just put himself in and said, "I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of being nice. I have worked 23 years for this shit. I deserve all of it. I'm going to take whatever the fuck I want. I'm going to WrestleMania. I'm going to win 17, not for me, but for the guy who wins 18 so that I can shake his dick when this is all said and done."
He said,
no lies. No lies were spoken. No lies were told.
And he does deserve it. I'm not even bitching. He does deserve it. No, he's done so much for that company. And
I can't wait to see him win 17
listen,
live in person and have a mental breakdown and cry.
When John Cena and Randy Orton first showed up in WWE together, and like Randy Orton was doing like the early Evolution shit, and John Cena had the rapper gimmick. I had a friend named Phil who was a huge Randy Orton fan, and I was a big John Cena guy, and we would go back and forth as to who was going to be the greatest of all time. And now looking at it, we're both pretty much neck and neck still to this day. One is not really edged out the other.
John Cena completely edged out Randy.
John Cena is the greatest
of all time. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Moving on, because we have a time limit.
Not in ring though. Randy has John Cena in ring.
No.
Between the ropes, in ring, Randy is a better wrestler.
Disagree.
You can disagree.
There are a lot more John Cena matches that I'm like, oh, can you remember this John Cena match?
Anything. She's just like, I'm not gonna agree, but I'm not gonna disagree.
I'm not playing this game because as much as I love John Cena, I also love Randall Keith Orton. So like, I'm not playing this game.
You know who is playing games though?
Who's playing games?
Sith Lord Karrion Kross, who's out here just polluting the minds of all these wrestlers. He's already turned the New Day to the dark side. Now he's working on Sammy, trying to recruit another Sith apprentice to his, because that's all he does now. He doesn't wrestle. He just like slowly whispers in there, feed into the hate.
Do it.
So yeah, he's going after Sami Zayn, which
of course he is. Because Sami Zayn looks like Karrion Kross.
After what happened at the end of the night, it might actually happen, so we'll see. But the New Day, who he did corrupt, faced Rey Mysterio and Dragon Ball Lee. Then Logan Paul showed up because he's ruining Netflix for me. Did you guys also have like weird
he's the
Netflix?
It's
like,
Logan Paul.
It wasn't glitchy until he showed up. After he showed up, it started being glitchy the entire night.
Okay, he's also fighting with fans. Like they're trying to have a show and they're trying to broadcast, and he's out here. You took that too far. Blah blah blah. I'll come out and like he's threatening fucking fans and shit.
For real.
Get him out of here.
He rubs Ray on the head, gets blasted off his feet. He's all upsetty spaghetti. Pulls Ray out. Now this is on Ray because all you did was get pulled out of the ring and then rolled back in the ring, and then you let yourself get kicked in the face. Like you're a veteran. You should know better than that. And getting pulled out of the ring should not hurt you that much that you're dazed and just stumble into a fucking.
Listen, the man is
finisher.
Small. That's a very high fall for him.
Don't talk about his penis like that.
There's too much happening here.
Oh my god.
It's a very high fall for him.
That's fucked. That's fucked up.
Listen, it's okay. I can make that joke. I stood next to the man. I know how tall he actually is. He's not 5'9". I don't care what the Rumble stats tell me.
Cross corruption, New Day match.
All spit.
All spit.
Yeah.
I'm spitting the fact that Big E didn't come back at the Rumble and that the New Day weren't even in it. We didn't even get a thing.
There are so many people I expected to be in both Rumbles, and I was thoroughly disappointed. Where the fuck was Trick Williams? Where the fuck was Randy Orton? Where are my people?
I want to have a whole discussion on the whole separate episode of video, whatever, about how the fuck we would have done that Rumble better. Because there's just so much wrong with it.
Well, Vince's favorite part of the Rumble was Chad Gable versus the Luchadors, and that has not stopped. Chad Gable's pilgrimage to rid WWE of all of the Mexicans is still on, and he's going on an adventure. He's going on a lucha venture, all right? He's going to learn the lucha ways, and he's going to come back, and when he comes back, the Creeds and Ivy better have gold, because he's coming to deport all of the people that he doesn't like from the WWE in his MAGA flag.
No. No, he's going to study the dark arts of Lucha Libre, which is Malachi / Aleister Black. And I keep saying this, and I will be right.
Well, my whole thing is like, what does he know about Lucha Libre? I don't think he knows any Lucha Libre.
World?
You know who he should go talk to?
Zelina Vega. His wife.
No, the director of the movie that Katie and I are covering this Friday, Robert Rodriguez, who was a producer for Lucha Underground.
Ooh.
Was.
Past tense. But I'm gonna swallow it. I like him going on this little excursion. I was wondering if we're gonna get like a little video montage of him going on a little excursion, just like Batman, going into the mountains and what have you. I'm all for it. He's like, oh, when I come back, y'all better be champions. I'm very intrigued as to who it's gonna be. I'm very intrigued as to who this is gonna be.
Watch it be Karrion Kross.
It's not Karrion Kross.
I'm honestly hoping for Reclusa.
She's already there.
Yeah, I know, and that's who I want him to go hang out with. But we already mentioned new signee to Monday Night Raw, AJ Styles, which had someone in their feelings.
Who let the dogs out?
Because he's not wrong that the IC title and Braun Breaker himself has felt like an afterthought. Has not been featured, has not been booked, has not been in matches. He was a standout in the men's rumble. He speared the fuck. He speared. I'm not going to say that. I almost said something really fucked up. He speared stuff out of Roman Reigns. He also speared ISHO Speed. He speared the Speed out of Speed. Like, that man had no speed left. He knocked him right out of the fucking what is the thing that Barry Allen goes in? The Speed Force. He's the Speed Force right out of Barry Allen. Yep, right out of Speed. Knocked the Speed Force right out. I don't know. I'm babbling now. Anyway, Braun Breaker is like, I need some shit, and Adam Pearce is like, listen, I love you, and I have things for you, and I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings. So let's talk.
Which, I mean, the agenda has been clear from the jump since Braun won this title that Sheamus needs to be the one to take it out of them, and they're not doing that. Amen. So Braun versus Uncle Alan. I mean, be opposed.
I don't know. I think Adam Pearce just needs to learn the lessons from his past and start booking Braun Breaker properly. If not, he's going to get a repeat of what happened before he won the title. It's just going to get a girl for me until I see what actually continues happening next week or the weeks after.
See, I just want Penta to wrestle all the cool people like AJ Styles and Finn Balor.
Yes,
and then after he beats all of them, beat Braun Breaker and become Intercontinental Champion. That's what I want. Like, no, don't go back to Pete Dunne. We did Pete Dunne. That's fun. Like, let him just keep fighting new, cool, fun matches every week, and then eventually get to Braun Breaker and let them battle it out.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
We'll see.
That's what they should do.
As Reek said in the comments that I'm going to pull back up, Seth Rollins came out dressed as Jeepers Creepers, and cut a little promo. A cunty Jeepers Creepers. I like that.
Gotcha. Don't worry.
He's like, listen, fuck CM Punk, fuck Roman Reigns, who I may or may not have put in the hospital, and fuck me for losing the Royal Rumble too. But I'm gonna go to the Elimination Chamber and I'm gonna win. And while I'm here, Sammy, I know you have a match, but can I talk to you real quick? Because if I'm gonna win the Elimination Chamber, CM Punk can't be in it because I know I can't beat him. So could you please fix that for me tonight? Because I'm scared. And Sammy didn't say anything. He just stood there dumbfounded at the entire speech. And then CM Punk came out, and him and Seth were like, nye, 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 as he was going down to the ring. Then we got the match, and CM Punk won, and he qualified for the chamber because fuck Sami Zayn. Shout out to, TC in the chat. Because when TC's in the chat, we say things TC likes, like fuck Sami Zayn. That's the rule that Vince made.
Yeah, I made that. I get you.
Apparently.
And speaking of fuck Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens showed up, apparently not happy that Sami checked on him after the Alabama slam through a ladder and was
He didn't do
concerned for
shit.
his health.
He didn't do shit.
What was
didn't
he
do shit.
supposed to do?
How in the fuck is Kevin Owens even standing? I'm 99% sure I watched that man die.
Oh, he did.
Like,
The
that
ghost
was
of
the
Kevin Owens
scariest thing I've seen in a long time. Like, I saw Nick Aldis throw up an X. I was like, and then you have Homelander just standing over him menacingly with the titles.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy shit. But, no, it's big fuck Sami Zayn energy. Because he is a terrible friend. Hey. Hashtag Kevin.
Oh, man. I'm gonna swallow the Sami Zayn CM Punk stuff because it was a good match. The right result too was swallow Kevin Owens dropping Sami on his head. I'll swallow Seth being a petty bitch and just spiteful, because you know what, hater energy. I'm all for it. So it's all gets to swallow.
Honest opinion: does CM Punk win the Elimination Chamber?
He doesn't. It's John Cena.
You're damn right it is.
DC said if he didn't brag to Kevin Owens about winning the NXT title that night, he wouldn't have gotten cooked right then and there.
Probably.
All right.
Kevin Owens beat Sami's ass down for that title in the beginning, so
I know. I went back and watched that.
Monday Night Raw, RawFlix and chill. We spitting or swallowing this episode?
To be honest, I think I'm spitting because wasn't really feeling it this week.
Okay, all right. I won't be
with Charlotte.
No.
Yeah, Charlotte didn't help matters though.
No, she really didn't. Ice Cube.
Me personally, I'm just gonna gargle it. There was some good, there was some bad. There's a lot of glitchiness, so it gets a gargle. Not an all right spit because CM Punk got qualified, so there's that.
Netflix might catch peasant for the issues, says Reek. We'll have to tune in to Young Kings Wrestling, which a new episode dropped today. So if you guys haven't heard their latest episode, please go check our boys out over there. And other places you can check my boys and my girls, specifically these two. Katie, where She Leads Showcase, can they find it and do the things?
Yeah. You can follow me on Twitter, KatieWrestling13. The link tree in my bio to take everything She Leads Showcase. Twitch.tv/She Leads Showcase and YouTube.com/She Leads Showcase. Typically Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern-ish.
Vicente Alejandro Delgado Estrada.
I'm going to use this time to go ahead and plug the 606. Go over to youtube.com/@606universe. Spell out the first 6. We dropped our Luka Doncic trade episode. So if you guys want to hear us talk about that, it's over there. We also talk about the Zach LaVine, De'Aaron Fox trade that happened 2 days ago or a day ago. So 2 videos coming up. They're going to be available on the YouTube, also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever audio podcasts can be found. Just look up 606.
And you guys can follow me at Smackin It Raw, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky.
You don't use Twitter, but okay.
I mean, you can find me there. I won't respond. I'm not going to put it up. But you can.
So you don't use Twitter.
It's also at Matt Ritter there. But TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky. All at Smackin It Raw.
Yes.
For Miss Katie Kinsey Bay and SES Vince and Young Kings Wrestling in the chat. I am the Patron Saint of Podcasting, the Warden Matt Ritter, and this has been RawFlix and Chill, your Monday night edition of the Smackin It Raw podcast.